Coming up on a new edition of the Logitech Show, we got tons to go over from the last over a month, almost a month worth of stuff. We got NCAA tournament, Major League Baseball, we got high school baseball and softball to go over, and we also have the NFL draft and a couple other rants. So, without further ado, your host, Whoa, Rickard. Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to a long overdue Lil Rickard show. I haven't been on since March, or beginning, or the end of March. Been crazy the last month or so, and a lot of stuff going on, but we got a lot to cover, and we'll try to do it in a short amount of time. We got high school baseball and softball season coming to an end. The deadline is May 13th in a couple weeks. But it's pretty safe to say both Millersburg baseball and softball will be going to the district playoffs. And it's a pretty safe bet both will be number one seeds come district playoff time. We'll fill you in on that later on. We got some Major League Baseball to go over. We'll talk a little bit of Phillies. We're not going to talk too much. There's a couple players that are surprising. I will say the pitching is the strong point, and a couple offensive guys, but that's about it. And we'll get to the NFL draft here shortly. But I want to talk about the NCAA tournament that just happened, with the Duke Blue Devils winning the NCAA title. They beat Wisconsin. Congratulate with pretty much an undermanned team. They only played 8 players. Not much depth coming off the bench. So you got to give Coach K his props and hearty congratulations. But now he's lost pretty much half or over half of his team as they enter the draft. And right now, some are picking him. They have a pretty good recruiting class coming in. So does North Carolina. And last I heard a couple weeks ago, Carolina is one of the top picks for the national championship next year, as everybody is coming back except for JP Tokido, and I don't think he's NBA ready. I hope he would change his mind before the deadline to sign up for the NBA draft, because if he's back, they have a really good recruiting class coming in, and they could be loaded, one of their best teams in a long time. So, but again, Wisconsin, I had Wisconsin and Arizona as possibility to beat Kentucky, and Wisconsin was the one to do it. A lot of exciting games. And that's all I'm gonna say. I do want to do here, since we're talking basketball, give a big shout out. I don't know if I did it or not, but a big shout out I think I already did with the Millersburg basketball team. I did that at the end of the state tournament, so forget I even mentioned that. But again, congratulations to Duke on winning the national and also to UConn, Gino Auriemma. That team's good. That's all you can say. He does a really. You may not like what he taught, how cocky he is or says, but he's a darn good basketball coach, regardless. Men and women. So they dominated Notre Dame. They dominated that whole tournament, especially that first game. That first game sent a statement when they won by 51 over Texas. So that's enough of hoops. Let's talk we're going to talk NFL draft as notable. We'll go over the notable number one pick from last night quickly. Jameis Winston went overall number one to Tampa Bay, and he did sign a 4-year deal. I did see today. I didn't see what the financial terms were. He goes one. A lot of trade rumors yesterday about the second pick of Tennessee Titans. And the Eagles were ahead of Eagles were. I've heard Eagles were giving up the farm. They included giving up Millersburg to get Marcus Mariota. Didn't happen. Mariota goes to Tennessee at number 2. The Raiders with the 4th pick take Amari Cooper. That's a good pick, but he ain't gonna win a championship at Oakland. Sorry, until I see any evidence of them coming back, I don't see the Raiders being being relevant for a long time. But we'll see. The 7th pick, Bears took Kevin White from West Virginia. He's a freak. Runs like a 4.2, 4.3 40. He's a physical receiver. He'll go up and get it. 10th pick, Rams. They took Todd Gurley. I think he's probably the best back. Him and Melvin Gordon are 1A, 1B. So it didn't really matter. If Gurley's healthy, Rams got themselves the next Marshall Faulk possibility. The 14th pick, Dolphins took Devontae Porter, receiver from Louisville. San Diego got a good running back, the 15th, Melvin Gordon from Wisconsin. It was interesting with the Eagles. The last few years they have traded out of the 20th to move up in the draft. This year they held pat, and you had a choice of a cornerback or a receiver. They went with a receiver, Nelson Aguilar from USC. He runs a 4.3 40. And he can also punt and kick return. Very good pick, and they also did a good pick here in the 2nd round as well. We'll get to that. 22nd pick, the Steelers took Bud Dupree, linebacker from Kentucky, and the Ravens took Brashad Perriman, receiver from Central Florida, and that was another the Eagles were looking at. So the Eagles did well round 1. Round 2, notable picks. Notable guy, Penn State, Donovan Smith goes to Tampa Bay at number 34. Jacksonville takes T.J. Yeldon, running back from Alabama. The 40th pick, Dorial Green Beckham, receiver Missouri, goes to Tennessee. The Eagles traded their 52nd pick to Miami, and for the 47th pick took Eric Rowe, who I heard tonight, one of the top defensive backs in the draft. He can play either corner, strong, or free safety, and is really good. And that's what the Eagles need is secondary help. And they also got a linebacker in the 3rd round, outside linebacker Jordan Hicks from Texas. So So here's my take on the Eagles. I was not happy with them trading Shady McCoy. I was not happy them getting Sam Bradford per se and get rid of Nick Foles, 14-4 as a starter, where Bradford injury prone, coming off an ACL tear. He's not cleared to practice yet. Picking up Tim Tebow, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on that. So after the season's over, as an Eagle fan, my thoughts are they need secondary help. They got burnt. They have no safety. Kerry Williams got burnt. Bad penalties toward the end of the season. 2 pass interference calls in critical times the last 4 games. They got rid of him, which was a good move. But you trade pretty much your probably the best back in the NFL the last 3 years at least, for a guy that's for a linebacker coming off an ACL tear, who's kind of been injury prone to even in college. You don't re-sign Jeremy Maclin, and you let some other guys go. And I came on here and I said I was willing to become a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He needs to wow me to gain my trust. Picks up DeMarco Murray, which makes up for Shady McCoy, and I can understand cutting salary of Shady McCoy in a little bit, but still he's a top, well, probably the top running back in the NFL right now. But they got DeMarco Murray, which was good. They got the two defensive studs from coming from Seattle, and now what they've done so far in the draft, I'm pretty happy right now with what they've done. They need a number one receiver. They have it in Aguilar, and they got a defensive back that can play multiple positions. They need a cover guy, and they need a Brian Dawkins type guy. And I've just heard so many good things about the kid from Utah. So Chip Kelly, you've done well so far. Well commended. Nice round of applause. Other notables, a questionable pick, and it's not a surprise. The Dallas Cowboys taking Randy Gregory, the outside linebacker from Nebraska, who's has character issues, been late to a lot of the meetings, pre-draft meeting with teams, being late and not even showing up to a meeting with one of the teams. Not staying in weight or being underweight. But Dallas goes ahead and picks him anyway. And that's not a surprise. Not a surprise, and it couldn't happen to a better team. And also a good pick here by the Detroit Lions, Amir Abdullah, running back from Nebraska. That's a pretty good pick. He's a pretty good running back there. So that's the update there on the draft. When we come back, we're going to do quickly, we'll run through the power rating of softball as of Thursday. Baseball isn't updated. Millersburg and Newport are their game yesterday suspended, tied at 2-2. Millersburg is in the division lead. They upset Upper Dauphin Monday at home. They've been playing good ball and are on a roll, and this is what has been expected from them from the beginning of the season. So we'll run down some of the other area teams where they're ranking in the seedings as well. So we'll take a timeout. This is a little show. We'll see you in a couple minutes.